All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series. Tonight, a little test and tune action. These guys getting in a practice race before they go official with the series next Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern. Going to have them for about 10 weeks right here on the network. Likes, follows, and shares as usual. If you're over on the YouTube or the Twitch channel, say hi in the chat. I can see you in the multi-stream. 23 360 sprint cars checked in here tonight. All these guys from the greater Northwest area. They are Michigan, Indiana, Ohio drivers. Way up north from me for sure. It's going to be a good time tonight. 10 cars per heat race. Everybody's going to make the feature tonight. These guys just getting a feel for how this goes. A lot of real-life sprint drivers in here. They are learning what sim racing is all about. So sit back and enjoy a great night of racing. They'll be going to qualifying here in about 60 seconds. You know what happens on the network when we do that. We play you guys our national anthem. We'll get ready for some fantastic racing action. A lot of familiar names going to be in here for you tonight. Mike Keegan's going to be in here. Randy Hannigan. Oh, Tim Nichols will be in here. Chris Lloyd, Matt Westfall. See a lot of these regular sim racing guys in here. I'm just watching a few of them get some laps in here on the track right now. Mike Keegan, 16.192 seconds. 4 1,000ths of a second better than Randy Hannigan right now. Hannigan's car in the infield. Keegan out there running some laps. Take a look at Mike as we get ready to wind this down. They're going to wrap up the practice session. I'm going to give you guys our national anthem. We'll be back in just a moment.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, a big thank you to my buddy Johnny Foley, giving us that fantastic rendition of the national anthem. You can see the top 10 qualifying speeds right there on the screen. Danny Sams, Jim Turner, now David Diller up to third, Trevor Berry, Chris Andrews, Chris Verda, Mike Keegan, Randy Hannigan, Alan Morrell, and Matthew Westfall. Our top 10 right now, about 60 seconds left in the session before they end qualifying. And I've got Barry Marlowe, the owner of the Great Lakes Racing Series. Is that correct, Barry?
Yeah.
Well, you said you know who all the regulars that run in your series are, man. Who are some of the regulars that these folks are going to see tonight out here?
Well, Danny Sams has been with us for 2 years. Yes. I'm getting some feedback here.
From a set of speakers, feedback?
Yep. Feedback. I'm hearing you guys.
It may be
Or
that
is
you're
there a
watching
delay?
the stream too, and you're getting a little bit of a delay. It's probably coming through as part of the stream here. But qualifying about to wind down. We're going to drop these guys into 3 heat races. Give them an opportunity to go out here, run around for a few laps. Heat races. Everybody's going to make the feature tonight. Like I said at the beginning, this is just a test session. Get these guys acclimated to running on the iRacing service. As soon as the cars start to grid out here on the end of pit road, I will run down our starting lineups. On the pole, the 17 car of Alan Morrell, and on his outside, the 3 of Chris Verda. A row 2 on the inside, the 24 David Diller, and on his outside, the 224 of Danny Sams. Tyler Street, the 4 car inside row number 3 with Jacob Brownett on the outside. That's Jacob Brown, excuse me. That's an 11 beside his name. We need to change his nickname, it looks like. But Jacob Brown going to start in the 6th position. Kyle Sauter, 2 car on the inside of row 4 with Trevor Hollis on his outside. And on the back row, scheduled to be Michael Summers in the 18 car. Right now I see 6 cars on the grid, 7. They will be rolling out here in just a moment or two as we'll get down here and take a little bit closer look, see some of the fantastic sponsors on the wings of these guys right here. I know several of them are regulars in that Great Lakes Racing Series.
Roger, can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay, Connor Morrill there up the pole. Connor was our rookie out of Florida. Got Michael Summers is a regular. He's been in top 12 the last 2. Kyle Saunders last year definitely has been a good.
Breaking up just a little bit. We may either need you to get closer to the mic or set your sensitivity a little bit lower.
Okay, is that any better?
That seems better, yeah.
Okay. I guess I could just eat the microphone. That'd help.
Well, sometimes I have to do that myself. Don't feel bad. Put a little hot sauce on it. Everything's good.
I'm a little disadvantaged because I didn't have the track loaded up, so it's still downloading. So
I gotcha.
So I'm not seeing the lineup, but I shut off the live feed so I don't backfeed on myself.
Always good not to hear yourself. Cars rolling
Yes,
off of pit road. They will have 2 pace laps. And then I know these guys start the original start of each race on green, and then after that is up to the leader to get us started on any subsequent restarts. But they will pace around behind the beautiful Chevy Silverado iRacing pace truck for about 2 laps here. We'll get a good look at all these guys as they come by. And we will be ready to go racing for our test night here. 10 more weeks of this. Sunday nights. We'll be getting an updated schedule for all of you guys tuning in. 12 weeks?
12 weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, I was under the impression it was 10. I don't know why. Somehow I had in my head 10.
Yeah, well, it was Baker's dozen. So, well, that's 13, wouldn't it be?
Well, this would be 13 here. The practice night would be the
That's right.
extra.
There we go. We're going to start out at Knoxville. I posted the schedule in the press release, and it's available on Great Lakes Super Sprint's website. We don't have a website for the semis yet. We're still working with My Race Pass on that.
All right, I think our pace truck is going to make the hard left right here. We're about to go racing. Morrell off the pole, about to get us started. He's on the throttle. The green flag is in the air. It is a mad scramble down to turn 1. Car sideways. Going into turn 1, I want to say that was Trevor Hollis that got sideways back there. But right now, Morrell leading them through turns 3 and 4. Up on the tight side, big slide job from David Diller, and he missed the mark and ended up staying in behind. They were almost 3 wide right there out of turn 2. And man, I'm having a problem with my tongue this evening. Right now, it's Morrell, Verda, Diller, Street, Sam, Summers, Brown, Sauter, and Hollis. The 2 guys at the front are locked in, nose to tail. Verda almost right on the push bar of Alan Morrell. Now goes to the slider line. Enter in turn 3, goes across the nose. Morrell counters that easily, and he's going to keep the lead. all the way through turn 1 here. Big slide job from Diller. 24 car came in there hot. He had to back it up just a little bit to keep from running into both of these guys. 4 to go this time by. Still a slider fest between Morrell and Verda. Neither driver has a clear advantage right now. Now Morrell got a good drive off the top of turn 2, and he's going to have the lead into 3. This will be an easy crossover with Verda throwing that slider right there. Down to 3 to go. Diller's starting to close the gap. He's getting tighter and tighter on these guys, and so is Danny Sams, the 224 car. He's closing the gap. Could be a 4-car race in the next 2 laps for the win. Right now, Verda's got the better of Morrell, and Morrell second across the line for the first time in the heat race. Verda out in front. Morrell, Diller, Sams, the top 4 right now. Off the top side, white flag in the air for Chris Verda. Alan Morrell, and David Diller is there. Oh, Diller and Sams get together out of 2. Sams went for the slider line, and the right front caught the left rear. That's going to shake things up at the finish, but on the final lap out of turn 4, Morrell throws the slider. Can he hang on to it? Looks like he might have had it at the line. Verda got it. 2/100ths of a second. So Verda, Morrell, Street, Summers, Sams, Diller, Brown, Sauter, and Hollis. The finishing order. As we will get ready for turn 2. Maybe not quite as close with the mic. I can hear you breathe, bud. Sounds like Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. He's a big figure in our house.
Oh, well.
We're a big Star Wars family.
Well, you got good taste.
That was a good race. That was for our first race. That was Connor and Danny Sams. Connor is Alan Morrell.
All right.
So when I keep saying Connor, I forgot he's registered under Alan.
No, that's all right.
He was a minor, so he couldn't register.
Got it.
Originally.
Heat race number 2 lining up out on the front stretch. The X Machine, Mike Keegan, going to be outside the front row next to Matt Westfall in the 54 car. Row 2 going to be Trevor Berry, the 7 on the inside, the 78 of Justin Clark to his outside. Row 3, Zeth Sabo be starting in the 5th position. 6 going to be Brendan Cascadin. I think that's right, Cascadin. And on the 4th row going to be Roger Knapp on the inside and Ryan Potter. So 8 more cars, 8 more laps. Let these guys roll by.
Matt Westfall ran a little bit of wing with us, I think our first year. Of course, he's a non-wing guy. Trevor Berry has ran with us the last couple of years. Des Sable was out of Fremont, Ohio, and he runs a 305, but he's come up around a few times with us. And Brendan Cascadin, Brendan's one of our Lightning Spring guys. So those guys are all regular Great Lakes guys, or have been running with us regularly.
So a pretty good portion of this field is regulars from your series, your real life series.
Correct. That was one of our goals, is I wanted to promote our guys and promote local sprint car guys. A lot of these guys, if they have a 410, I haven't been running a 410 series. I had 360, 305s would come up and run with us, and then we have the non-wing and the light sprints. I
am hearing some chatter that the 77 car is actually being driven by Andrew Scheid.
Yes.
Even though it says Potter, Andrew Scheid is driving the car. That's okay.
Potter, yeah.
We're getting ready to go green here.
Crew chief. Yep.
Out of turn number 4, the pace truck is made the hard left. We're waiting on the flag man to show him the green flag. Westfall and Keegan on the front row. Green flag is in the air. A little bit of a hiccup on the start right there, and Keegan not going to get away with second place. I believe Mr. Berry, Trevor Berry, into second behind Westfall. Keegan third. Now Keegan with a slide job through 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. And caution at the back. Justin Clark looks like he's getting away very slowly from whatever happened back there. We'll go take a quick peek. Oh, a little bit of contact And he gets around but does not upset the car too much, and he's able to keep the power down and drive it away. Gonna say maybe he got a little bit of contact with Zeth Sabo right there.
Drove out of that.
Yeah, able to keep the car on all four, keep the power down. So caution lap's not going to count in the heat races for these guys. So one lap was down. They will get them all sorted out single file. And our pace truck will leave the racing surface. Next time, not this time by, but the next time by, we should go green out of turn number 4. Yes, Jace, it is.
I am for the real ones.
Yeah, Jace122 in YouTube is asking, is this a Great Lakes Super Sprint Series? And
I usually stand down in turn 4 during the real racing, and I'm just as nervous right now watching these guys as I am on the real cars. I don't know why.
Well, the good news is nobody can get hurt if they wreck one of these.
That's right. That's right.
And it's not nearly as expensive.
Nobody else. No, it's not.
They happen to wreck one of these cars and just absolutely destroy it. It's not nearly as expensive as it is watching a real one go up in smoke.
Yeah, but I will say I'm enjoying watching this a lot more than what I saw yesterday. I don't know what I was watching, but I watched it for 5 minutes and never saw one complete lap. So I'm pretty pleased right now to see our guys putting on a show. It's a lot more enjoyable.
Well, that can't be good. We're back underway here. Westfall jumped out to about 5 car lengths over Keegan. Mike Keegan runs there in the second spot. Trevor Berry sitting in third. Zeth Sabo in fourth, and right behind him, Brandon Cascaden. And the 0 car trying to make some moves right here. Went to the high side, found some grip. He's going to run the slider line in turns 3 and 4. He may have the spot. Yes, he does at the line. But Sabo was trying to work back. If he keeps that right rear in the slick, the 0 car is going to rocket away from him down the backstretch, and there it goes. Whoa. Now he's in trouble as Justin Clark found some grip on the high side, and he went around Sabo too. So it's Westfall, Keegan, Berry, Cascaden, Clark, Sabo, Knapp, and Potter. We're back at the front, and Keegan took a shot at the lead, and he got Westfall all out of shape. Had to check up. And that's going to allow Trevor Berry to slide into the second spot, literally there in turns 3 and 4. 3 to go this time by.
Whoa.
Top 3 still pretty much in lockstep right here. Westfall, Berry, Keegan, Justin Clark a good distance behind. He's got his hands full. Cascaden right behind him. And now Keegan working to the inside of Berry through turns 1 and 2. He did it in 3 and 4 and made up a little bit of ground. Tried the slider line in 1 and 2, and he's going to lose every bit of it back. They're going to come out of turn 4, and it's going to be white flag, heat race number 2. Still Westfall out in front. You saw Berry and Keegan start to use the bottom. Good strip at the bottom for tack, and now slide job. Trevor Berry to the front. Will Westfall have anything for him in 3 and 4? The line is covered up. Oh, contact between the two. Both cars are going to keep going, but Mike Keegan, beneficiary of the contact, he wins the heat race. It looks like Westfall going to come home second. Berry third. Clark, Cascaden, Sabo, Knapp, and what did they say? Ryan or Andrew Scheid. Andrew Scheid in 8th place.
Scheid.
Is he one of your regulars? All right.
Pretty good racing.
Heat race, final heat race number 3, out on the grid. On the pole, 39 car, which I actually think is the 14 car. Maybe it's the 39 car. Tyler Rankin. I know last night he was running the 14 when I saw him.
34 car, wasn't it? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but Randy Hannigan going to be on the outside of that in the 22 car. Row 2 going to be Chris Andrews with Jim Turner on his outside. Row 3, Ty Williams on the inside. Chris Lloyd on the outside. Tim Nichols, the 31 car, on the inside of row 4, and Travis Lacombe on his outside. So 8 more cars, 8 more laps. I still believe every one of these guys is going to the feature because it's a 24-car feature.
Yep. I'll talk to the track owner, but I'm sure we can put them all in.
Well, if you got more than 24, you can't put them all out there because the service prevents that. And I wish they'd give that to us. There are nights when I have 26 guys for different races, and I'm like, man, I'm going to keep 20. I'd just go ahead and put all 26 out there and let them race. So they won't give me that.
I've had to do that. I was going to start 24 over at Hartford last summer, and we had 26 cars, and we lost one in the heats. And I said, let's just run all 25. I mean, why would you send one guy home?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
All right, lights off on the pace truck, getting ready for another green flag start right here. Rankin and Hannigan on the front row. Pace truck heads in. We're just waiting for the flag man to give him the green, and there it is. Final heat race of the night underway. Quick 3 wide down into 1 and 2. Jim Turner stuck his nose in between Hannigan and I believe Ty Williams right there. He comes away with 4th, but Rankin has the lead. Randy Hannigan sitting 2nd. Chris Andrews is 3rd, and Jim Turner is 4th right now at the end of lap number 1. Caution in behind these guys, and Rankin put the right rear into the wall. Chris Lloyd in trouble here out of turn 4. He and Tim Nichols close together back here. We'll see if and Tim Nichols across the track and right up into Mr. Lloyd. So bad dog, no biscuit for Mr. Nichols there.
Yep.
We'll wait to get these guys lined up single file here, make sure that the order is correct. I know it's going to go back a lap.
That's going to hurt tomorrow.
It hurt the pocketbook already if that was a real car. Not for one guy, for 2.
My hands are over the top of my head if I was standing in turn 4 and saw that.
All right, Rankin, Hannigan, Turner, Andrews, Williams. And then I believe Mr. Lacombe is going to come out of there in 6th. Nichols and Lloyd going to the infield. Lloyd's car actually to the back. It looks like maybe he was able to continue. And Mr. Nichols, his car is in the infield. So we'll have about one more pace lap. I doubt they even run a B main here. I'm not sure if it was set up that way or not. If you only have 24 cars, it should skip it. The guys will start in the order that they raced for here.
Well,
they will do a warm-up. Yeah, they'll do a warm-up regardless, so let them knock a little bit more of the surface down here. This track with this particular setup, and I know exactly what setup is in this car tonight, it can get 2 and 3 wide racing if the track starts to get pretty slick real easy, because this setup really likes the slick. I know because I gave that man my setup. So right now we're going back to green with Rankin, Hannigan, Turner, your top 3. Going to be on the leader to get us started. He wastes no time. That pace truck took a left and he punched the gas. And Rankin jumps straight to the front by 4 or 5 car lengths, loses control of the car going down into turn 1. And Randy Hannigan is going to sneak right on by and take the lead. Now Rankin's got his hands full. 2 for 1 slide job from Andrews. Couldn't make it stick, and he slides back between cars as they both cut around him. Turner went inside. Rankin went outside. Slice and dice right there in turn 4. But Jim Turner comes away with position number 2. Now Tyler Rankin going to leave Chris Andrews just a little less space than I think Mr. Andrews thought he had for a second. He's going to come away with 3rd. Andrews sitting in 4th, but Andrews not done yet. Goes to the slide job right across the nose. Those two might have traded a little bit of chrome across those front push bar and the push bar on the back of the 12 car. They're letting Ty Williams get back into this in that top 4, and there's another one of those shredder-type slide jobs in 3 and 4. Williams goes between cars, tried to go 2 for 1, and he got 0 for the deal. But out in front, coming down to 2 to go, Randy Hannigan around the bottom. Here at the Knoxville Speedway, Jim Turner is flying around the cushion. He's closing the gap. I just don't know if he's got enough time. Hannigan's car very strong coming up off the bottom. Now Turner got a good run out of 2. These two drag racing down to turn 3. Hannigan on the inside, Turner on the high side. Off of turn number 4, Jim Turner's got the lead with the white flag in the air. Turner, Hannigan, Andrews, and Rankin, top 4 right now on the final lap, watching the 2 leaders. Turner in the middle, goes up to the sticky stuff at the very top. Can he pick up the heat race win? Yes, he can. Checkered flag for Jim Turner, Hannigan second, Andrews, Rankin, Williams, Lloyd, Lacombe, and Nichols. And that's going to wrap up heat racing. We'll see where they go. Might go. Oh, we are going to have a B main. We got 13 cars registered. They're going to keep 12. So we are sending one person home when this one's over, which is horribly unfortunate. Well, if you get 40, yeah, if you get 40 cars in here, you know, you want it that way. But that's just unfortunately the way that iRacing lets us do things. Real quickly through the lineup, Danny Sams on the pole with Brandon Cascaden on his outside. Row 2 is going to be Ty Williams and Kyle Sauter. Row 3 is Zeth Sabo, Chris Lloyd. Row 4 is going to be David Diller and Roger Knapp. Travis Lacombe and Jacob Brown in row number 5. Row 6 will be Ryan. Oh, no, that is not Ryan Potter. That is Andrew Scheid. Andrew Scheid starting position 11. Tim Nichols in the 12th spot. And on the back going to be Trevor Hollis. So we'll see how many. Right now, I see 11 of these guys. So every one of those guys, if they roll out right here, they will be transferring through. So Mr. Nichols and Mr. Hollis, the only 2 cars that did not make the call for our consolation race. So all 11 cars on the track, they're just going to race for their starting position. I believe they have 12 laps to settle it.
Practice.
Yep, a few more laps on the track. And then 35 laps for our feature. Will be 23 cars tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Got a pretty good audience tonight. I appreciate that greatly. Like I said before, if you're over on Twitch or YouTube, say hi in the chat. I can see you. Likes, shares, and follows. Don't forget tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers 360s be back. They're doing a little bit of testing on their own on a week off. Mike Peterson be back in the booth on the call for that series. But these guys right here, Great Lakes Sim Racing Series, getting ready to go green for the B main. Out of turn number 4, Danny Sams, Brendan Cascaden. Going to bring us to the green as soon as the flag man shows it to him. There it is. Oh, little stop and go action on that start. Good thing everybody had a little bit of a gap. That can usually cause a big problem. Sams gets away with the lead. Yeah, exactly. Sams looks like he's going to get away with the lead. Williams running second. Cascaden falls to third. And Sabo sitting in the 4th spot. It is a mad dash back here. Diller, Sauter, Sabo, Lloyd, all right here in the mix. That's for 4th, 5th, and 6th right there. Brandon Cascaden slide job around Ty Williams. Is he going to be able to hang on to it in 1 and 2? Yes, he does. Williams tried to cut the car down, found the slick spot, spun the right rear tire, lost all of his momentum, but he is not done. He's going to throw it right back in 3 and 4. Couldn't make it work. Cascaden able to counter that. Now Cascaden using the slider line through 1 and 2. Lap traffic. Travis Lacombe, the 11 car, being lapped by in the field. He is just out here cutting some laps, getting some seat time. Still Sam, 0.6 of a second that time at the line. Sliders still being thrown back and forth, and that time Diller almost caught the left rear of Cascaden's car. But Brendan comes away with second. Ty Williams in third. Diller sitting 4th, and Sabo 5th. Those guys starting to stretch out just a little bit from one another. Looks like Sam's is trying to work the high side all the way around here. Keeps getting that right rear.
Pretty good.
He's getting the right rear right up on top of the rough stuff. That car's bouncing around quite a bit. He may want to move down about a half a line. Get that car to settle. It'll really hook up on the exits for him there. He did a good job using the slider line. He did not lose 1 ounce of speed or distance to Brendan Cascaden. That's maintaining at about 5 to 6/10 of a second right now. It's bouncing back and forth just a little bit. Cascaden using the slider line, needs to get that right rear up. There he does, finds the sticky stuff, lost about 1/10 right there. Couldn't get the car into the sticky stuff quick enough. Ty Williams has settled into third. David Diller behind him. Sabo, Souter, Lloyd in 7th. Knapp 8th. I know that's Scheid in the 9th spot, and Hollis still out here making laps, running 10th. These guys down to 3 laps to go already. Quick B main tonight. Danny Sam, 6/10 of a second over Brendan Cascaden. And Ty Williams another 9/10 of a second behind Cascaden. He runs third. Guys working their way around the lap car of Lacombe again. Down to 2 to go. Cascaden losing ground now. Ty Williams starting to close up. He lost 3/10 the last lap. White flag in the air. Does Williams have enough time to come and make a race out of it for second? He got close that time on the slider line. He is within about 3 car lengths, and a good drive down the backstretch. Slider line covered. He goes in even lower, brings it across the nose, keeps it out of the fence, and he's going to snatch second. Sams wins it. Williams comes home second. Cascaden in third. Diller, Sabo, Sauter, Knapp, Lloyd, Potter, Hollis, Lacombe, and Brown are rounding out the 12-car field, and maybe we will get 24 cars in our feature. All right, just finishing up, and while these guys are out here doing their warm-up, we want to show you something special.
Got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got moves like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt the dream. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, 'cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star.
All right, big thank you to Mr. Nichols over at Tim Sims. Proud sponsor of all kinds of dirt racing, sim racing, real racing. And it doesn't matter if it's in the dirt, Tim's there. If you guys record that phone number, if you got an event coming up where you'd like to have Tim bring the race to you, give him a call. He'll help you set it up. About 3 minutes left in the practice session. Don't know if they're going to advance it early or not, but we do have 24 cars scheduled to be in our feature race tonight. 35 laps on the board.
Yeah, I'm happy with that turnout.
Yeah, really good for a.
Everybody on board.
Yeah, really good for like a practice race and getting these guys, especially since some of these guys are very, very new to iRacing in general. Get enough of these guys in here. A lot of folks watching.
And I told my wife that we wanted the opposite kind of weather than we normally want for race day. We wanted it to be rainy today because it's so nice today up here. One of the nicest days we've had in the last month. So I was afraid we weren't going to get the guys to come out and race.
Well, if it had been yesterday, you'd have been sans DRN because we're doing yard work. I was doing a bunch of landscaping, and it was so nice out, man. I was running around in a pair of sweatpants, being able to do everything, and I wasn't even sweating. It was beautiful.
Well, that's what I was afraid of today. Because earlier this morning we only had 12 guys that actually logged in. So for tonight, so I was a little bit nervous, but they came through for us.
Well, I know Mr. Rankin was doing some work today. I was talking to him intermittently throughout the day, and he was trying to get these guys squared away, get them to accept the invites and do all the stuff. So,
Yep. I told him text me a screenshot, and I'll be out to the guys. That's when I was afraid they were just all outside working, doing what you were doing yesterday. They were doing today.
Well, it would have been a great day for it. I think pretty much the whole middle part of the United States had really good weather today. A lot of sun, not too hot, not too cold.
No. This is the kind of weather to do yard work in.
Not like last night where it rained, twice on those guys in South Dakota?
Yeah.
They still got it in, and I know Terry McCarl was pretty happy about that whole thing.
Yep. That was a good deal. Be nice when we can fill these stands up again.
It will. It'll cut some of the sim racers down. They won't want to be sitting in here doing this. They're going to want to be working on cars or going to the track.
Well, winter will come quick enough.
It will now for sure. We lost an entire month of racing, maybe more. Just depends on when everybody decides to open things up.
Right. And we plan on having a non-wing league and a wing league this winter. I was hoping to do that last winter, but we bought out MTS, Michigan Traditional Sprints, and we started the Lightning Sprint series, and I had my hands full. So I didn't get a chance to figure out how to do this last year. So I had time this spring.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might have been Mike that was just calling me right there. I think that was Mike. Oh, maybe it wasn't. It might have been Tyler. Might have been Tyler that was calling me right there on the phone. Sorry, Tyler, couldn't answer you, buddy. We're live on the air. All right, time for our feature race. Get to our lineup right here real quick. On the pole going to be the 3-car Chris Verda with the X machine of Mike Keegan on his outside, or row 2 on the inside, the 175 Jim Turner. Alan Morrell on the outside. And I guess you said that was Connor Morrell, right?
That's Connor.
Connor Morrell, the 17 car on the outside of row 2. Row 3, Matt Westfall, the 54 on the inside. Randy Hannigan, the double deuce on the outside. Tyler Street in the 4 on the inside of row number 4 with Trevor Berry, the 7 car on his outside. Row 5, Chris Andrews and Mike Summers inside out. Inside row 6, Justin Clark. Tyler Rankin on the outside of that row. Row 7 is going to be Danny Sams on the inside. Ty Williams to his outside. Brendan Cascaden inside of row number 8 with David Diller on the outside. Row 9 going to be Zeth Sabo. Inside, Kyle Sauter outside. Got a car not. There he goes. He's rolling off pit road now. The 10th row looks like it's going to be Roger Knapp and Chris Lloyd. 11 will be that is Scheid, Andrew Scheid, and Trevor Hollis. We're going to get those fixed before the next time we do this.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Travis Lacombe and Jacob Brown are going to be starting in our final row, so 24 cars. Good look at all 24 cars making a circuit around there. Getting ready to drop the green. 35 laps. Caution laps will not be counting in the feature. Track looks like she's getting a little bit slick out there, getting a little wide. We should see at least 2 lanes of action here. A pace truck about to make the hard left out of turn 4. Verda and Keegan off our front row. Flagman will show them the green will be underway.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. 24 360 sprint cars come to life. Great Lakes Sim Racing Series underway. Practice night to night tests in tune, but this has been a good show so far. These guys doing a great job out here. Look to the back. Verda got away with the lead. Keegan, Turner, Morrell, 1, 2, 3, 4. Big mess in the back. I'm not sure. I think Lacombe was part of that deal. I don't think he was actually in it, but I think maybe Mr. Scheid was part of this deal once it kind of got started. A couple of cars making contact and they headed to the outside. Yeah, nope, he drove his way right through it. Travis Lacombe, Trevor Hollis. There's several cars involved in that, but everybody going to be able to drive away. Maybe somebody's going to have to go in and get a front wing replaced, but that's about it. You know, Robin, I'm not sure. This new thing that they're doing with the subtitles is frustrating me. Let me see if I can figure that out.
It's in the way a little bit.
It's way in the way, but I have no idea how to turn the subtitles off. Well, maybe I want to check my page and see if there ain't something I can do to keep it from coming up. Mine's in the lower left-hand part of the screen, so it's not dead in the middle.
That's where mine is. Getting a little message says it's automatically done. Maybe we can figure out how to automatically undo it.
That would be wonderful. Send Facebook a message and tell them we don't need this nonsense. All right, it's going to be Verda, Keegan, Turner, Morrell, Westfall, Hannigan Street, Barry Andrews, and Summers, our top 10 as we get ready to go back to green here. Still 34 laps to go in our feature. That's what Tyler was after.
Green.
All right, green flag back in the air. These guys going at it once again. And Verda jumped way out in front, but he got out of shape in turn 2. That's going to allow Keegan to make a run and close that gap back up. Jim Turner sitting there in third. Gets the slide job from Connor Morrell. Connor Morrell, the 17 car. It's showing on the screen. I'm going to read it that way every time until we get that fixed. It's just a bad deal. Randy Hannigan down. Hannigan finds somebody slow. That was Scheid getting, I think, off of pit road down on the backstretch, and he was way slow. Hannigan took evasive action. He got around him. Hannigan in the 4th spot right now. Trying to work his way into 3rd. He's side by side with Jim Turner. These two headed into turn 3. Another slow car, the 10 machine. Trevor Hollis up on the banking like he was going to go into pit road. Looks like he kept it on the track, though. Verda not that far ahead of Keegan, and Keegan's closing the gap. He just chopped off 2.5, 3 car lengths down the backstretch. And now he is right there getting ready to be in lap traffic. Verda got out of shape. Keegan gave him a little love tap. Left side of the tail tank right there. Keegan getting good drive across the top. Very quick down the backstretch. Slide job into 3 and 4. They're going to have to work around the slower car there. I believe that is Travis Lacombe. No, that is Ryan Potter. And I think maybe we got a car sideways towards the back here. Maybe Sauter's car. He is warping a good bit in the server. Yeah, he got in there next to Summers, and he got sideways when those two made contact, and that brought out the caution. So 7 laps down, 28 still to go. Okay, so the 3 dots in the right-hand corner, you click closed caption. Turn off. I don't see closed caption on mine, but hopefully all the fans can. But thank you, Brent Underwood, for figuring that out. And that will turn your closed caption off, folks. Set the field in the top 10 once again. Verda, Keegan, Hannigan, Turner, Morrell, Barry, Clark, Westfall, Cascaden, and Street. Our top 10. I'm going to put Trevor Hollis, the 10 car, back to the tail of the field on the lead lap. Give him a nice wave past the pace truck. Good when the fans can help us out.
Yes, it is.
We're watching the racing, and I wasn't looking too hard for how to turn that off. I was going to wait till I was done. So good interaction there from everybody. All right, green the next time out of turn number 4. Verda, he had his hands full with Keegan before the caution. We'll see if Mr. Keegan can do anything here. Randy Hannigan now has closed the gap. He is going to be right in the mix of this thing. Just waiting for Chris Verda. Find the loud pedal, get us going again. He's on the gas. Green flag is back in the air. He got a good jump. Got about 3 or 4 car lengths over Keegan. Hannigan went to the bottom, tried to slide Keegan for just a second. Then he kept the car pinned down there. He's going to come away third. Keegan now goes to the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. Can he have the lead coming out of 4? Yes, he does. At the line, new leader Mike Keegan. Now 3 wide through turn 2. Hannigan on the bottom. Verda in the middle. Keegan to the top. Keegan going to get away from the 3 wide. Still got the lead, but Hannigan comes out with position 2. Got the car up on the berm on the inside. Got out of shape just a little bit, and he had to back off, and that allowed Verda get right back to the inside. But now crossover move. 2-for-1 slider. Keegan going to be stuck in the middle of the sandwich, and we're going to go back 1 lap as Travis Lacombe's car was in the fence right in front of the leaders. He was out of shape through 1 and 2 the whole time. Loops that car around and noses it into the outside wall. Well, he actually didn't nose it. He slammed it right there in front of the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. And so that will do it for Mr. Lacombe, at least for the time being.
Oh, yeah. That was a slam.
Yeah. Mike Keegan, a new leader. Little shakeup at the front 3 or 4 cars here. Keegan, Hannigan, Verda, Turner, Barry, the top 5. Clark, Morrell, Cascaden, Street, and now Westfall into 10th.
Hey, I'm pretty happy with the guys racing. I'm got quite a mix, but for the most part, they're all doing a really good job.
Well, a lot of new guys to the service, not used to how the car feels, and it's a little bit of growing pains. It'll go away. Just going to take a little time.
I rode the car a couple times yesterday at Eldora, taking my first laps.
Not hard to do.
Simulator. But it actually helped me because it gave me a little feel, at least how the car was going to feel. Best I did was 13.7 seconds at 112 mile an hour. But it actually seemed pretty hard not having another car out there, so I didn't know how I was doing.
Hard to judge. All that depended on how the track state was. Well, we're going to go green out of turn 4, 10 down, 25 to go. Keegan, Hannigan, Verda, Turner, Barry, the top 5. Pace truck into the infield. Keegan just holding them down. Now on the throttle on the top side of turn 4, and the green flag back in the air. Good start for Keegan. Hannigan went to the bottom. He made a bid for the lead quickly. Not going to be able to work that out, and he's going to fall back to second. Verda still third. Now Justin Clark around Trevor Berry. He takes over the 5th spot. He's working on Turner. He and Jim Turner find a little bit of contact. Caution because Turner's car was backwards, and he gets hammered on the exit of turn 4. 175 car. Go back and take a look. He went in. Barry was on him going into 1 and 2. He got away from him on the top side down the backstretch. But Clark brings it into turns 3 and 4. He's coming gently across the track. Turner right there where his right front met the left rear, and then Turner gets hammered right there. I don't know who that was. But that car got hit pretty good in the left rear.
Yep. Got him turned.
So we will wait to see how this all shakes out here. And Mr. Turner going to fall back to about 20th position. Keegan, Hannigan, Verta, Turner not in 4th. We got to wait for that to update. It's going to be Keegan, Hannigan, Verta, Berry, Morrell, Cascaden, Street, Sams, Andrews, and Diller the top 10. Lights are off on the pace truck. We know we're going to be going green at this time. Out of turn 4. Mike Keegan's on the throttle. The green flag going to be back in the air. Out of turn 2. Keegan had the lead. Hannigan and Verta side by side battling for second. Verta's going to hang on to the spot out of turn 4. So Keegan, Verta, Hannigan, the top 3. Trevor Berry now back up to 4th. Connor Morrell, the 0 car, into the 5th spot. Or the 17 car, excuse me, into the 5th spot. Brendan Cascaden, the 0 car, sitting in the 6th spot. Those two almost side by side through the center of the corner. Working each other over a little bit. Nice and friendly like, no contact. Just good, hard, close racing. Hannigan now half a second in front of, or behind Keegan, excuse me. And about 3/10 in front of Trevor Berry. Chris Verta has fallen all the way back to the 4th spot. And he is still running the slider line in 1 and 2. Coming up on the halfway point and caution. Oh, I'm not exactly sure who that's for. Oh, there's a big wreck right there in turn 3. 78 car and somebody else making contact. Got to figure out what car number that was. '24 car.
Ooh.
Or the 54 of Matt Westfall. Nope, it was a 24 car. I do not have a 24 in my lineup.
Was it 224?
No, it wasn't the 224. It was.
Sam's?
No, Sam's is a blue car. That was a white car.
I'm on. Oh yeah, I see it. I'm on a little time delay.
Yeah.
I still haven't loaded up yet.
We're still Mike Keegan out in front of the field. Could have been David Diller. It was David Diller that got into it there with the 78 car of Justin Clark. That's who hit the outside wall, and he hit it a ton too.
Yes, he did.
So Diller to the infield. The 110 car of Jacob Brown right in front of the leaders. They'll probably go ahead and wave him past the pace truck, let him catch up to the back of the field. He was the car that was getting lapped out of turn 2 just before that caution fell. So I see Max Stambaugh in the chat. Where are you at? I thought you were coming to race tonight, Mad Max. So it is still Keegan, Hannigan, Berry, Verta, Cascaden, Morrell, Street, Sams, Andrews, and Rankin, our top 10 as the pace truck heads to the infield. Mike Keegan looking to get us started again.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Keegan got a good jump. Caught Hannigan sleeping a little bit there, and he stays on the bottom. Front three against the inside berm. Chris Verda, the only car to venture up to the top side in the top 5. Now comes to the bottom in 3 and 4. Close the gap a little bit there on Barry. Then the car out of shape out of turn 4, and he lost some space. Mike Keegan settling in, running on the bottom here. We're coming up on the halfway point. This time past the flag stand. Hannigan running second, 0.6 back. Trevor Barry running that same line. The front two are running. And he has another 0.3 in back of Randy Hannigan. So halfway home. Still 17 laps to go. Verda settled into 4th. Cascade and Morrell back to the side-by-side action. Best racing on the track. Oh, car backwards. That was the 122 car, the 224 car, excuse me, of Danny Sands. That time it was a blue car.
Oh, yeah, now I see it.
Yeah.
Getting hard to get back right into the wall.
Yeah, watching him come out of 2. Looks like he's okay here. Got the car to the cushion. Not really any problems there, and then takes it down into 3 and 4. He got some help. He got fed a right rear right there.
Yeah.
Got him just a little bit of help getting into the outside fence.
Right there. Yep. That clipped him. He was on a better line than that. He wasn't that high.
Right.
That just kind of helped him up over the action.
Well, you missed the show, Max. All right, we'll set the top 10 right here. Still 17 laps to go. Keegan, Hannigan, Barry, Verda, Cascaden, Morrell, Street, Sams, Andrews, and Ty Williams now in the top 10. Lights off on the pace truck, so we'll be going green again out of turn number 4. All right, pace truck heading in. Just waiting on Mr. Keegan. He finds the throttle.
Green, green, green.
Got about 5 or 6 car lengths over Hannigan. Hannigan was creeping up on him as soon as he lifted. Keegan went. That's going to give Mike Keegan some breathing room going through turns 1 and 2. Hannigan second. Barry went to the top side in 1 and 2. He runs third. Going up there to see if the cushion has any added speed. It does not look like it right now. Bottom might be the place to be, or right through the middle. I don't see too many of these guys trying to go right through the middle. And a lot of times at about this point. Oh, car way out of shape. Was that Rankin's car? Yes, it was. And he got it back under control before they got to turn 3. Tyler Rankin was all over the place out of turn 2 last time by. He's kind of running through the middle, and caution in behind these guys. Michael Summers' car, maybe?
Yep, it looked like it.
Got up into the slick stuff, gave it a little bit of throttle. Then gets a little bit more help getting it turned around there. And I believe that was Scheit maybe that helped him finish that thing off. And so 21 down, 14 to go when we get the green back. We'll let these guys cycle through the start-finish line here and get you your top 10 again.
Yeah, Michael Summers was a regular with us last 2 years. He was all excited when we announced this, and he went and got it set up. So he's only had this about 10 days.
It does take some getting used to.
Yep.
And dirt even more so. Because especially with a track as slick as this is, it's real easy to let it get away from you real quick.
But I like what I'm seeing. I've got I know we got a half dozen other guys that couldn't get things ready for tonight. And I think there might have been a different race. I think Max and Lamberson might have been in a different race tonight.
Yeah, I think Lamberson went to that invitational deal, and I don't know if Max was in that or not, but I know Brad definitely was. I was talking to Brad earlier today.
Yeah, so. And a good thing, while we got a minute, once the season starts here, I put out a $2,500 points fund for the top 15 guys. We'll pay $500 to the top finisher that runs 80% of the races. So
there you
go. Put that out there, and Engine Pro is going to be doing a lucky dog drawing every night of the Sunday night races. Give $25 to whatever lucky driver pull.
Just a random draw for that?
Yep.
Nice.
Just a lucky dog.
Cool.
Normally under normal circumstances when we race, we always have the winner is excluded. The winner draws a number
for everybody else.
And then whatever number.
Car upside down in turns 3 and 4. We're going to get caution any moment. There it is. I don't know. It was a blue and white car. I don't know who it was. It was mostly white. It's Chris Andrews. Chris Andrews' car upside down big time in turns 3 and 4. And then he gets back on the wheels, but he loses it again. We'll watch him. The 12 car right here down into 3 and 4. Oh, got on the berm and slid across the nose of the 4 car of Street, and that pitched him into the fence and then pitches him upside down. So a little carnage right in the middle of the race here.
Yeah. You guys are racing good. I truly am really impressed, Roger, with what the guys are doing. You know, that was just racing there. He was low and he came up across the street and pushed him into the wall.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything that Tyler could do there.
No.
He caught Summers, or not Summers, I'm sorry. Andrews caught that berm, and that's going to pitch the car to the right anyway, coming off of that thing. And just unfortunate that the nose of Street's car was there.
Just happened to be there.
All right, I think that the lights are going off on the Pace truck, so we are going to be going green out of turn 4. 12 laps to go still. Keegan, Hannigan, Barry, Verda, Cascaden, Morrell, Street, Williams, Clark, and Turner, the top 10. So Max says he will be here next time, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, tell Max I believe it when I see it.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, he can hear you, I'm sure. Green flag back in the air. Keegan, not quite as good a jump as he's gotten the last 2 restarts. But Hannigan down on the bottom. Barry now to the top. Barry found a little speed out of the exit of 2. Pulls up about even with Hannigan into turn 3. And he takes the middle line this time. 3 wide almost out of turn 4. Hannigan escapes with second. Barry's third. Verda was on the very top side there. Tried to make it 3 wide. He comes away with 4. Cascaden, the 0 car, runs in the 5th spot. Mike Keegan now. 3/4 of a second out in front of this battle for second. Good battle for that spot. Barry on the top side through the middle. And I told you it looked like it was time for the middle to start coming in. And it looks like it was working. Now Barry finds some drive out of 2. Another drag race down into 3 and 4. If he can keep that car right through that middle section. And he elects to go slider line and take it right up to the top. Still has the drive to sneak by at the line by about half a car. Caution one more time.
Yep, that middle is holding for him.
And it's usually about the time when the middle comes in is right there. I don't even know who was involved in the caution. I think someone just got turned far enough sideways to trigger it, and I think iRacing went ahead and threw it, but I don't see any wrecked cars anywhere. But this is usually about the time the track gets to looking like this that that middle will start to be a little bit of a factor, especially if guys are running on the bottom. You can carry just a little more speed on the entry, and if you can hold that car right in the center of the track through the middle, you can get it squared up pretty good and get a lot of drive on the exit.
Yep.
I see that a lot here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give old Greg Dahlman a call and tell him he's going to need to get set up on iRacing because he loves that kind of track. See that 49 car going right around the bottom if he had a track like this. That's where he usually pull up.
Most of the tracks I like to see when they get slicked out like this, because then it opens it up. The top and the bottom become pretty equal. And when somebody figures out where that middle's at, that's usually the guy that you got to put your eye on. And I get to see a lot of this sim racing, so I kind of learned to watch some of the fast guys, and when I get out there, I've kind of figured out where they run, and I try to emulate that myself. Well, I see the little hurricane in here watching the broadcast. Hello, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
We call him the tropical depression at DSRL. He's too small to be, a tropical storm yet.
A tropical depression. But you know what? I look forward to tropical depressions because I know what they lead to.
A lot of rain, cool temperatures. All right, Keegan, Barry, Hannigan, Verta, Cascaden, the top four. We're getting ready to go back to green. 8 laps. 8 laps of racing left in the test and tune night, basically, a practice night for Great Lakes Sim Racing Series. Keegan on the throttle again. Got about 4 car lengths on Barry. Now Hannigan goes to the inside 1 and 2. Barry went to the very top side. He's going to have the drive off, and he holds on to second. Verta sitting in fourth behind Hannigan. Those two running pretty much that same line. About a car and a half up off the bottom. I think if Mr. Hannigan would move another car width up, he might find himself just a little bit of speed. He might start closing that gap. And Trevor Barry is ripping the cushion. Now that right rear up there in the sticky stuff. And he is making tracks. He is getting to the back bumper of Mike Keegan right now. He's got a run off for Keegan. Still had it at the line, but they're side by side in 1 and 2. Mike Keegan down on the bottom. Trevor Barry at the top, and this time Keegan finds the drive. We'll see what Barry can do.
Drives. Yep.
Well, we'll see what Barry can do on the top side. He found a bunch of grip right there. New leader at the line. The 7 car, Trevor Barry. 5 laps to go. Good battle for the top spot right now. Barry gets away cleanly in turn 2, and he's got it going into 3. Keegan now switching lines, bottom side going away. Got to go to the top. Trevor Barry, 4 laps to go. Verta got around Hannigan. Cascaden got around him too. Hannigan's back to 5th. Lap car getting himself out of the way to let these guys race. Trevor Barry, caution, coming around for 4 laps to go. Was going to be 3 that time, but I think we'll lock it in at 4.
Wow. That's so awesome to watch Trevor do that. That's just what he does. Gets up on that top, you got a cushion. And look out. 18 car Michael Summers, 77 car of Andrew Scheidt. Got together again. Down in turn 3, that's what brought out the last caution. So we'll still have 4 to go, and we go back to green. Appreciate everybody spending your Sunday evening with us here on the Dirt Racing Network. Great Lakes Sim Series. New series is going to be on Sunday nights, 7 Eastern here. Start their first official points racing next week. We should have a couple of more talented guys on the microphone next week. We are going to watch the conclusion of this one. We'll try to grab a couple of these guys if they are in the channel. I am going to look and see. I know Keegan usually shows up. Hannigan seems to be Barry,
here.
I think, is there. Thought he was.
I do not see Mr. Berry in the chat.
No, he is not.
If he wins this, he doesn't get an interview. That's sad.
That's right. You have to.
No interview, no paycheck.
Yep, that's right.
Pay window will be closed for the 7 car at the end of the night.
No T-shirt for you tonight.
There you go. All right, green this time out of turn number 4. Barry, Keegan, Verda, Cascaden, and Hannigan, the top 5. Closing laps. Just waiting for the pace truck to head into the infield and for Mr. Berry to find the loud pedal one more time. Green flag back in the air. Had a good start. Got himself a little gap. He's going to run the slider line. Verda went around on the slider line past Keegan. Now that's a drag race for position number 2 down the back stretch.
All right, man.
Caution at the back of the field. Let's see, is Mr. Andrews in this one too? Looking at the 12 car here. Up into the fence. That car snaps loose down across traffic. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Summers just can't catch a break because everywhere there's a wreck, he is.
Right there. Amazing how close to true life this is. I always felt bad for Mike. Seems like somebody'd spin out and here's Mike, and he'd always catch a wheel.
So we'll have 3 laps to go.
Boy, we might have to have an open red for fuel.
Actually, these cars do not burn fuel under caution.
I like that.
So we can
They've
set
been
them up.
on tires tonight.
Yeah. I know that they're going to be very close on fuel because, like I said, I loaned Mr. Rankin the setup for this, and it will get you just about 35 laps. My series runs 30, and so we put in a few extra laps because we do a manual. We fix the front rows of the field manually because we have a pole dash every night. And so I know exactly how much this car will get. It'll get about 35 1/3 laps before it runs completely out. Lights off on the pace truck. 3 laps to go. Barry, Keegan, Verda, Cascaden, and Hannigan, the top 5. See all the likes. Thank you, folks. If you haven't come by the Dirt Racing Network's channel on Facebook, please do so. Give us a follow, a share, a like. Approaching the 8,500 followers mark. Right now, going to wrap it up, hopefully, right here. Last restart. Barry on the throttle. Green flag in the air. Verda taking it to Keegan one more time. Went through the middle. Keegan found a little grip on the top side, and he squirts away into second. Verda still third. Cascaden and Hannigan 4th and 5th. And Trevor Barry around the top side. He's going to get the white flag this time. One more lap around. No more cautions. Verda with the slide job on Keegan. Keegan trying to cross over. Verda makes it stick in turn 2. Now Keegan to the bottom side. He drives deep into 3 and 4. Barry's going to come out of turn 4. He's going to pick up the victory. Mike Keegan into second. Chris Verga going to come home third. Brendan Cascaden or Randy Hannigan. Justin Clark, Connor Morrell, Ty Williams, Tyler Street, and Matt Westfall going to round out your top 10. See if we can get the top 3 to come around on the front stretch and give us a nice pose. We'll see if we can grab them up and talk to them here real quick. Mike Keegan knows the drill, I guarantee it.
Well, I try really hard not to have favorites, but really nice to see Trevor Barry win the first one for us. If it is a test and tune for us.
Yeah, let's just go back and see if Mr. Barry's going to come around, because Mr. Keegan, we may have to just talk to these guys without any pictures here because everybody got out of the cars.
Body break.
Watching some victory donuts here. Oh, and then he wrecked it pretty good, so maybe that'll stop him from doing any more. It did not.
Yeah, he hit pretty hard there.
Well, we'll just put that car on the screen. We know he was the winner. And we will leave it right there like that. Let's get Mike Keegan. And I believe I saw Verta's name was in there. All right, let's grab Chris Verta real quick. Chris Verta, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
All right, man. Test and tune night. Fun night tonight, but a good run for you nonetheless. You come home third. Talk to us about the track, the series, and the finish tonight.
Yeah, we were good in the heats. We got a good run going there. Feature, we were okay. We were probably a third place car at the best. Mikey was pretty good, and Trevor obviously was really good. They Mike's the guy to beat in iRacing most of the time. So have him in the series, that's pretty cool. In the series, for the first night, I thought it went pretty smoothly. There's some things to fix here and there, but with it being your guys' first night on iRacing, I thought it was pretty awesome. And then, what was the third thing you wanted me to touch on?
Oh, just how was the track out there? It looked like it got very, very slick.
The track was, it's not usually my kind of deal. It was really slick. I mean, pedal all night or all feature long, and I thought that's kind of why I thought we were third place car. We were good early, and then it slicked off, top was gone, and I was gone too. So, but no, we had a good run. I'll take it.
It looked to me like kind of in the middle of the race, and I was telling Barry the same thing, that the middle usually starts to become a line, and you went to that line, and you made a couple of moves there, made you move off that line, because I think it stayed there until about 5 to go.
Just the goal is to make guys in front of you bigger, and I felt like they were getting a little bit smaller there for a minute, and watching Mikey kind of get caught running the bottom by Trevor, and Trevor was kind of running the same line I was trying to run, and my throttle control just wasn't there. Honestly, the 360s are a little bit more forgiving than the 410s, and I'm just not used to that yet. So we'll have to run a little bit more 360 racing and get used to these cars and the motor they provide. So we'll be all right. I'm happy with it.
All right, man. Well, who's on the car helping you get it done? We'll let you celebrate a little bit.
Real Geese, Silhouette Decoys, a Wicked Cushion, Northern Ohio Truck Center, Linder Speed Equipment, John Roach Custom Chrome Plating, Wicked Energy Gum Real Caps, Tim Edgington, and Perfection Fabricators and Win Home Inspections. Without them, none of this stuff's really possible.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on third place again. Thanks for
Chris.
chatting
Nice
with us.
job.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Your third place finisher, Chris Verta. We do not have tonight's winner, but we are going to talk to second place. Mike Keegan, you got a copy?
He is.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Good job.
Great run. Second place there. You battled with Verta a little bit. You battled with Hannigan a little bit. You battled with Barry a little bit, man. Talk us through the race and how you come home second tonight.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. I love it when it gets that slick, but I rolled the top round to get to the lead, and then on one of the starts, I saw Mason go to the bottom and keep up with me pretty good, so I moved down on one of the restarts, and I was pretty well gone at least, and then Trevor was able to find something running a little lower through the middle and then sliding up, and once he got around me, I instantly done something different because I get past running where I'm at, I'm not going to be able to beat him. So I then tried banging the boards down, and then he kind of got away, and then me and Verta got to racing, and I I couldn't really focus on running one line to get back to Trevor. But yeah, I'll take a second. That was a good race.
Yeah, it looked like when the track got really slick, you guys, most of you went to the bottom. You and Randy there, and he got by you guys in the middle. Any thoughts about moving to the middle?
I not really. I couldn't really see where they were running when I was leading, and I do. The middle's so you got to be so perfect running the middle, and I don't think I could have moved up there and been able to do it better than they were. And I'm more of a person to try and bang the boards down, and that went away. So after that, I was just trying to hang on to whatever spot I could get.
Did you have something for him, Barry?
No, I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed them coming out. I appreciate on our first practice race, and I'm just excited about getting this started. And I enjoyed watching you guys race.
All right, Mikey, tell us who helps you get it done out here. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll look forward to seeing you back in this one next weekend.
Yeah, I got to thank SNL Earthworks, John Wright Custom Chrome, Wicked Cushion, Team SETI, all my teammates, Dirt Armada, Fremont Fence, MAK Salon, you for broadcasting, and Barry for putting this together.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again. We look forward to seeing you next week, buddy.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Mike Keegan, second place tonight. I've seen Mr.
Trevor
Barry.
is on.
He made it in here. Let's try to get him in here. Let's get his level adjusted so everybody can hear him. Trevor, Barry, are you there? Trevor, are you there, sir? Uh-oh. He just went to it does not recognize. There he is.
Hello?
Hey, there's Trevor. All right, buddy. You pick up the win tonight, man. Talk us through that run and how you got around everybody into P1.
Well, it was a tough one. Didn't help. Almost getting wrecked in the heat race, and then having to start that far back. And the track being that slick definitely made it interesting. But I've been on here a lot with Max Stambaugh, and when the track goes slick, usually the bottom tends to go away, and you can get back to the top. So I was just trying to be the first one to get back up there, and it happened to work out.
Yeah,
you worked your way up the middle. It looked like there about 7 laps to go. Then you got up on top.
Yeah, the middle kind of usually builds some marbles that you can, get some grip in. And I gained a little bit on Randy 1 lap and figured that was my only chance to win, so we went for it.
Well, when the middle comes in and you're the first guy to find it, it's a definite advantage. I promise you that.
For sure.
Yeah, because once you got past him, then Mike had to worry about Chris.
Right.
And then, he lost track of you, so you pretty much had it once you got around him.
Yeah, the big thing was making sure you got a good launch on restarts, too. If you could get a good launch, I knew they couldn't throw sliders on me with how slick it was, so it was just getting a good start.
All right, man. Tell us who helps you get it done. We'll let you celebrate a great victory, and we'll look forward to seeing you next Sunday out here.
Well, I want to thank my Sandbagger Sim team, Max Stambaugh, Chad Finley, David Diller, and my real sponsors, Extreme Indoor Kart Racing, Andrea's Place Styling Salon, Rat Tech Engine Service, and, looking forward to next week.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again. Way to open up things for Great
Thank
Lakes Sim Racing Series, and we'll see you next Sunday for sure, bud.
Thank you.
Your winner tonight, Trevor Barry. Let's run through the final results real quick here. Barry was first. Keegan came home second. Christopher third. Brendan Cascaden fourth. Randy Hannigan fifth. Justin Clark was sixth. Connor Morrell was seventh. Ty Williams in eighth. Tyler Street ninth. Trevor Hollis 10th. Danny Sams was 11th. Kyle Sodders finished 12th. 13th to Matt Westfall. 14th, Chris Lloyd. 15th to Andrew Scheid. 16th was Chris Andrews. Jacob Brown was 17th. 18th, Jim Turner. Tyler Rankin 19th. And Roger Knapp rounded out the field. So a new series for us here on Dirt Racing Network. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you, Barry, for having us. I look forward to seeing TJ and Mike next week. Hopefully you'll be able to get in here and call them like you're more used to. But I appreciate you letting me do it tonight. I'm glad that the fans tuned in.
Oh, no, this was nice.
I had a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers 360, Monday Night Thunder. Mike Peterson going to be on the call for myself and Mike Peterson at the Dirt Racing Network. Keep it dirty, everybody. Good night.